So I'm going to take a look at the 240 today a little more. My blinkers aren't working, so I gotta figure that out. Could be something related to the TCU, and my electronics, I guess, aren't working. Like the power turns off as soon as I open the door. So I'm gonna take a look at that and we'll see. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys what's going on with it. So when I put the key in, if you look, we got no clock right now. But as soon as I close the door, look at that, we got a clock. But even as it's running right now, as soon as I open the door, no clock. Really weird thing, the seatbelt here is supposed to move when you open the door, and it does. But if I have the key out, nothing. And it should be doing that no matter what. Also, my dome light should be working. And I know it works, but it just doesn't when the key's not in it for some reason. Alright, so with all that being said, I'm going to pull it in the garage and try to check out what's going on with those couple things. And I believe Matt Queen is coming over, and we're going to repaint my intercooler to make it actually look like teeth instead of silly looking triangles. That is a blown fuse. Let's try replacing it. This spare fuse here, but I'm gonna go grab a wire brush and clean those off because they look kind of dirty. Not perfect, but it's better. At least I feel like it'll make connection now. Wow, whose S13 is that? The new fuse is in. Even if that wasn't the problem, the fuse was blown, so that solved something at least. But I'm gonna try it out real quick. It wasn't that, but it did make a weird sound. I don't know if you heard that, but it was like, eh. I'm not sure what that was. Check some other fuses now. This is one of the front marker lights here, and I'm not sure if this is in series with the turn signals, but those two contacts were touching. So I'm just gonna use electric tape real quick and tape one off. I have no concern in using them, honestly, but I just want to make sure they're not shorting out the circuit. This one's fine because there's just nothing in there. None of the things are touching, so should be fine on this side. I don't know if this is my problem, but I don't like the way that looks. I'm just going to get the bulb out of there just so it's not in the circuit. Shout out to my dad for having a box of fuses because you never know when you'll need them. Trying again, probably not going to solve anything, but it has another new fuse in there. Bless. I think they work at least now. Sweet, my turn signals work. That's all I care about. Hazards do not work still, but I'm going to try to replace that fuse real quick because it's probably blown too. And hope for the best. Hot dog, that's a blown fuse. When I'm in traffic and my car breaks down, people won't rear end me. This fuse really confused me because it has a light that works, and the light works fine, but the actual fuse is blown. This is the one that people say is for the doors and the clock and all that, so I'm gonna try to replace that real quick, see what happens. I got a little excited because my fuses were fixing things, so I figured I'd change a couple more, and I never thought this was gonna work. But they work, like, what? These two things right here aren't my horns, by the way. They should be, but they're not. So instead of leaving them kind of sitting here, I'm just gonna take them off because I don't like the way they look. Pulling them horns off, I see it's got a little bit of paint underneath there. So I'm just gonna probably throw some tape around it and spray them black again. If I have black spray paint, if not, I'll forget and do it another day. But I think I do, so I'm gonna try to take care of that today. I might just tape off like none of this here and spray this all black too, because it kind of all needs a new fresh coat of black everywhere, which would look kind of nice too. Taking the daily to go get another hose clamp, because if you look, it's kind of messed up there. Can't really get tightened without skipping. So I'm gonna pick up a new hose clamp for one of my boost couplings and heat paint. Ran into a slight problem. They didn't have hose clamps quite the size I needed. I needed them this size, and that's not it. The other side they had was massive, so I went with this size because this looked pretty close. I can combine them, and I'll make it work. So not a big deal. But besides that, just got paint. Gonna paint the intercooler today, so gonna get started on that, I guess. I got a painting tarp out, and got the intercooler sitting out here in the sun, so it'll dry off quick. See, that just looks funny. That does not look like teeth at all. Just looks like strangely shaped triangles. So I'm going to try to spray it all black and then leave the rest up to Matt Queen to see what he wants to do with it. That hose clamp is on. It doesn't look pretty, but it'll sure hold boost a lot better than a broken hose clamp. So I guess now I'm just going to take it easy for a minute while I'm waiting on my intercooler out there to dry off all the way. I mentioned, but I painted all this black. I just wanted it to look a little cleaner when everything's back in. Really properly closed out that video, but finished that up, and then we went and looked at the car and ended up getting it, so I'll probably show you guys that like tomorrow. But that's all we did, and the front is all finished. I painted the headlights with Angry Eyes too. I'll show you that real quick, but that's about it for today.